Hi, my name's Cassie Carper, and today I'm going to be talking about Donnie Darko, which is an indie film directed by Richard Kelly. And it's a sci fi thriller horror movie about a teenager named Donnie Darko who has depression and schizophrenia and stuff like that. But one day he's sleepwalking and he gets to a golf course and he meets this guy in a bunny rabbit suit named Frank, and Frank tells him that the world is going to end in 28 days. And so the movie's kind of just about Donnie figuring his life out and trying to save the world and stuff like that. So, editing wise, there's very little CGI used throughout the film. It's kind of just all saved for towards the end where there's like this big storm stuff going on and there's an airplane coming down. But that kind of gives you kind of an eerie feeling because you're like, this stuff's really realistic. It could happen in real life. So it just kind of creeps you out and makes you think about stuff like that. And then there's these little insert pictures throughout the film that have words about Grandma Death's book on them, and they kind of explain the story, which is really smart from Kelly's standpoint because it's an indie film and he was trying to find someone to be like the producer and everything and to produce the movie for him. People wouldn't let him go over 2 hours. So in the end, he had to settle and cut some stuff out, but he still wanted everything to make sense. So having these pictures, which were only like 5 seconds on the screen, if you could read fast enough, they kind of helped you make sense of the movie and let him make the time amount correct for the producers. But what I thought was really interesting was that the first scene where he's at the school, and they just got off the school bus and everything. It's really cool because it's all continuous and it's just one big shot, and so that takes like a lot of precision from the actors and the camera crew and just the entire crew themselves, because really easily somebody can be out of character or a crew member could be in the way of the shot, but as long as everyone's focused, and they probably went through that over and over again, but if everyone's focused and in their place at the right time in the right place, then it should all work out, which it ended up looking really good and like adding a lot to the film. Then also because it's an indie film, it had a really low budget. So what Richard Kelly did was he had his friend Michael Andrews. He played all the instruments for all of the songs and he composed all the songs. And I just think like, wow, that's like such a big job to take on. Like, where do you even start with that? But they made it work really well. And Michael Andrews had a friend named Gary Jules who did the cover of Mad World at the ending. And so after the movie had become popular in Europe, they released that song as a single, which ended up earning the Christmas time #1 in the UK, which is like kind of a pretty big deal there. So I was just like kind of blown away. Like such an like small film did all of this like amazing work, and even though it didn't make a lot of money at the beginning, it really all paid off in the end. So this has been my review. I hope you liked it, and yeah, thank you.